when the company first started, what was the landscape like back then? And what was the first system that you guys started shipping?
All right. Well, I don't remember what I had for lunch yesterday.
Well, what was the
so,
first
some,
device? What was the first device class you had?
sometimes,
I assume a
sometimes these
desktop.
things. Yeah. Okay. So, um, well, I've got some antidotes that I think could help
Okay.
draw a picture of what those early days were like. So, I started System 76 in a basement with
Okay.
$1,600.
Okay. Okay.
That's that's all I had, and Intel had a program. Intel was very worried about their customer base kind of becoming 2 or 3 really large customers, and then not having any, um, you know, ability to innovate or do things on their own because they just be encumbered by what these 4 or 5 customers might want.
Mhm.
They were used to at that time still the desktop market, where there's a huge enthusiast market that was building PCs, and a pretty healthy system integrator
Mhm.
market, and they wanted to try to reproduce the same thing with laptops.
Right.
So they had a program called the White Book program,
Okay.
and so you could they partnered with ODMs, the original design manufacturers, to make a few different designs where companies like ours and a few others could go and pick out a few models and make your own OEM product out of it.
Mhm.
So it's really System 76, and especially the laptop, or ability to deliver laptops, was just lucky timing.
Mhm.
If it hadn't happened to be 2005, and Intel didn't happen to have this program or didn't do any kind of white book program, there is a very decent chance that we would have been making desktops and then never been able to grow to the point where we continue delivering broader and broader laptop or product lines. But we were, fortunately, it was good timing, and so we had the ability to buy products that we could ensure worked really well with Linux.
Mhm.
And the first products, because we only had $1,600,
Mhm.
the first products I put on the website. When the first one was ordered, I had it overnighted to me, and in 4 days did all the engineering to get the hotkeys working, to get everything on that product work, because I had never seen it before,
Mhm.
because I didn't have the money for that. And so got everything working, boxed up, shipped off to the customer, and from what I recall, they loved the product. I remember our first return even, because
Oh.
it broke my heart. At that part, I guess I didn't have as thick a skin. 18 years will give you
Yep.
thicker skin, but that first return broke my heart because he didn't like the products. Oh, there's another story.
Okay.
Okay, it's all flooding back now. The first laptop we ever sold happened to be someone in Colorado, and I hand delivered it to their house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so and I said, here's the laptop, and they didn't even say a word. They just said thanks, and took it, and it wasn't like thanks for bringing hand delivering it.
Mhm.
They just grabbed it and closed the door, and I moved on. But
Has the
yeah, that's a fun little story.
has the website you've sorry, I was gonna say, is the website you've always had system76.com? Because I've got archive.org open. I can go back and check it.
It is,
Okay.
yes.
Sweet. Let's see how far back we can go.
There should be a statue with a cone on its head. That'll be on the homepage, I believe.
Oh wow, it's archived all the way back. Incredible. Okay. First
Yeah.
archive November 27th, 2005. Let's look at that one. Let's see what it is. So Ubuntu was what? Yeah, okay, I see it. I see it. Ubuntu was what you guys originally offered.
Right.
Why was it Ubuntu that was decided upon? Decided upon? Because that would have been really shortly after. What, 2004 was the start of Ubuntu. Yeah, 2004.
Right.
That was
Yeah,
really shortly after.
I think Breezy Badger was the first Ubuntu release we shipped with.
Like, is it? Is that
Yeah.
504?
And before that was just Warty Warhog, or something like
Okay,
that. So
yep.
yeah, we had one
Very
release.
early.
So it was, yeah, it was
5 or 10.
very early. And the first time, so when we were deciding which distribution to go with,
Mhm.
I tried Red Hat. I was I've already been using Linux for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
But spent more time with Red Hat SUSE. I really like this little distro called Yoper. I thought it was awesome, and their claim to fame, or the thing that they did, was recompile everything for 64-bit, so it was faster. And but of course, they broke other things. But it was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And tried Ubuntu. I tried Ubuntu because they had these really racy wallpapers or something like that. And I thought, okay, well, I got to try that. And so,
I know exactly what you're talking about. I will find them. Keep going.
So I loaded up Ubuntu, and at that time, sudo wasn't really a thing. It wasn't how we ran root commands. You would usually su to root, and then do whatever you're doing, and then exit.
Mm-hmm.
I tried su to root, and it didn't work. And I said, "Oh, screw this! It's a waste of time," and I threw it in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back to Red Hat and SUSE and the other distributions that were out there. Played with Gentoo for probably a month.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a month to play with Gentoo, and then I decided to come back around to Ubuntu.
Mm-hmm.
The difference this time was that there was this great handbook I found. It was the Ubuntu. It was like a community handbook.
Okay.
And if you went through it step by step, you just by the end of it understood how Ubuntu worked.
Right.
And the decisions behind it, a lot of things that were different than I was used to with other distributions, and it clicked at that moment. And I thought, well, there's really feels like there's something here, and so let's go with it.